You're watching Boone TV News, Iowa's #1 high school news show.
Hello Boone High, and welcome to this week's news show. I'm Tanner Frost.
And I'm Anna Olson. Even though February can be considered a slow time of the year, there has been plenty of activity at BHS this week.
The Boone TV news team has been hard at work and has all the latest buzz for you.
Every February, teenagers look forward to the holiday of love.
This past Tuesday, BHS hosted a hunger awareness event, Share the Love.
Rachel Ryan has more on this story.
This year at Boone High, seniors Emily Braun and Michaela Eppert are working to hunger, both worldwide and in the community, by holding the Share the Love event this past Valentine's Day. Michaela explains what they're working towards.
We're really trying to, spark student involvement and interest in hunger. Since we've been on such a roll lately with the meal bagging last year and the hunger banquets the last 2 years, and now the Share the Love event, we just want to get more people involved.
Emily shares the inspiration behind this event.
I was inspired from Mrs. Watkins to get involved in the fight against hunger, so I attended the Iowa Youth Institute and the Global Youth Institute.
Both Emily and Michaela strive to bring further awareness and help resolve hunger. This has been Rachel Ryan from Boone TV.
You may have noticed that teenagers love social media, but is it just that? Social?
Emma Toms looked into how social media is being used in the classrooms at BHS and has your story.
We all hear that sound or feel that vibration that tells us that we just got a new notification. With all the social media in the world, some teachers like Mr. Brody and Miss Smalley have found a way to use social media in their classroom.
I think social media is a good way to share kids' experiences and their opportunities for demonstrating what they've learned, maybe with a reflection, or especially for a current topic class or something like that, where you could use that social media. It's a little bit harder in science. One of the best things about social media for science is being able to stay up with current events, maybe some news articles or some journals that are out there that can help kids relate to a topic that we're discussing in class. But I think the relatability factor is one of the biggest reasons to try to find a chance to use social media in the classroom.
Janet Colby is a senior that can sometimes get distracted by Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook.
I personally feel like it's a distraction as much as you make it. It's mostly up to the students. If you have it in your bag, it's not a distraction, but if students have it on their desk, then it's going to be way more of a distraction.
Social media can also distract teachers.
Everyone has this tendency to be addicted to this instant gratification, this instant notice that I'm acknowledged by the world. And so it's hard to not want to do that. It's hard to not want to check that and to see. I totally get how human we all are, and I get that this happens in the classroom. So I try not to be a crank about it, but it really has been proven to affect education as significantly as a student not being in the classroom at all. So that's why teachers take it so seriously, and that's why I think students get really annoyed with us because we hammer on it so much. But it does have value. It just has to be used in the right way. And kids, like everybody else, we've got to learn boundaries with our cell phones.
Social media is a huge part in everyday life now, and some teachers are incorporating it into their teaching styles. While it is a big part, it can still be a distraction, so make sure your phone is always put away. This has been Emma Toms from Boone TV.
The Torador Winter Sports season has been a great one at BHS this year.
While the players and the coaches are hard at work on the court, there's a group of rabid fans that take care of the business in the stands.
I have more on this feature on the Kate Shelley Crazies. The students of Boone High have always closely followed their sports, but this year the school spirit is at an all-time high.
Both Torador basketball teams are having tremendous seasons, partially due to the support from the #1 ranked student section in the state.
Known as the bullpen during the Boone football team's playoff run, and now dubbed the Kate Shelley Crazies, the Boone High student section makes sure their presence is known, whether they're on the road or defending their home court and field. With their own Twitter page used to inform students of upcoming themes for games or the latest Doors sports news, the Crazies always support acting as the sixth man for the basketball squads.
I feel that when we're loud and everything and we show support for our guys and our girls, it makes them play better, makes them want to perform better for us. I think the pride that we take in our student section here at Boone is one thing. Like, we probably have the most kids that come out even on the road, and we're probably one of the loudest student sections I've ever heard.
Though comprised of students from all grades, for seniors this year is the culmination of 4 years of support. For many, it is their last chance to come to games and cheer for their favorite athletes.
Definitely the Grinnell game this season when they were ranked. Also the Creston football game, the second one, that was really cool too.
My favorite memory from being in the Kate Shelley Crazies is cheering on the doors to a conference championship for the first time in 60 years.
The Crazies always do their best to come full force and show everyone what Boone School's spirit is all about, by keeping the pressure on the other teams and having as much fun as possible. From Boone TV, this has been Tanner Frost.
Each week, we highlight a student at Boone High that has a unique story.
Devin Rush caught up with junior Brody Brock to see what makes him different from the crowd.
Most students think it is smart to do everything you can to help get a head start toward the career you want. For senior Brody Brock, that step is TSA.
Learning stuff about RC cars, the way different suspension works and motor and stuff, you can apply that to full-size cars also. It's nice being able to transfer that over into some different work skills. Being a mechanic is what I'm trying to pursue, so that definitely helps me in the full-scale real life.
Like most people, Brody's career path was sparked by a personal interest.
At first, I had liked RC cars, and I had gone to a meet at the middle school and really enjoyed watching those and thought, well, if I could do that, that'd be pretty cool. So I got in contact with Mr. Erb, and that's how I got started, and now doing it here with Mrs. Vanyo.
Brody has already competed in a few contests to test his skills.
I have competed in RC transportation, and I've gotten third place last year out of the state. I've also participated in transportation, which involves something new every year. But there's many more different things that people can participate in, and it's a really good time.
Participating in TSA has already afforded Brody some interesting opportunities.
Because of my passion for cars, TSA's kind of led me into taking the DMAC automotive class over at the Hunsker Center in Ames.
This has been Devin Rush from Boone TV.
As basketball season winds down, the reality starts to sink in that the seniors are near the end of their high school careers.
Emma Toms has more on senior night ceremony with an assist from cinematographer Tanner Frost.
On Friday, February 10th, the boys and girls basketball teams, along with the basketball cheerleaders and the drill team, recognized their senior players. Laura Anderson is a senior on the basketball team.
My favorite memory so far this year is probably beating Carlisle. That was a big win for us and a highlight of the season. And then something I'll miss is just being with all my friends and playing with them. It's been a really fun 3 years.
The girl basketball players are Laura and Claire Anderson, Morgan Bosch, Emma Rouse, and Dali Swanson. Ashley Krim, a cheerleader, talks about her favorite memory.
When we would meet the other cheerleaders, we would switch names, so we'd give false names. So my go-to was Anastasia.
The cheerleaders are Nick Barrett, Ashley Krim, Michaela Eppert, Eli Johnson, and Kobe Wadsworth. Maddie Neely is a cheerleader and a drill team member. Josie Burker is a senior on drill team. Lance Losh, a senior basketball player, talks about this season.
But I would say that this year has been really fun because we've been doing things that haven't been done in a long time, and it's just good to show people that Boone basketball is back on the map.
The senior basketball players are Gabe Crafterson, Ethan Lewis, Lane and Lance Losh, Jackson Miller, Sam Miller, and Tanner Schminke. The seniors still have a lot of work to do before their time is finished here at Boone High. This has been Emma Toms from Boone TV.
The girls' basketball team was looking to make history this past Friday night by winning the first conference championship in school history.
Corbin Waffle was at the game and has your recap to see if history was made.
The 11th ranked Boone Toradors are back at home in the Kate Shelley Fieldhouse as they take on the ADM Tigers. The Toradors hope to bounce back against the loss to Perry.
The Toradors got off to a quick start behind Claire Sandvik down in the paint. However, the rest of the quarter would be stagnant until this three from Maddie Danner. The Toradors locked down the Tigers, only allowing 3 points in the quarter. In the second quarter, the Toradors picked up the tempo and ran their offense through the paint. The Tigers couldn't stop Boone on the defensive end, but would answer on the opposing end with scores down low of their own. The Toradors had a big second quarter, totaling 16 points, and went into half with a 13-point lead. After halftime, ADM got off to a hot start with back-to-back drives, but Boone stuck to their bread and butter and fed Sandvig down low. Emma Rouse also had a nice and one, extending Boone's lead to 15. The Tigers couldn't keep up with Boone's high-powered offense and trailed 22-37 at the end of 3. In the fourth, ADM threatened to make a comeback early, going on a 7-0 run. Boone, however, locked back in and held out the Tigers for the rest of the quarter. Boone defeated ADM 47-35 on senior night, and with this win were named Raccoon River Conference co-champions. From Boone TV Sports, I'm Corbin Waffle.
The boys basketball team already secured their first conference championship since 1957 with a win over Perry.
This past Friday, they were looking to extend their winning streak to 8 games against the ADM Tigers.
Justin Elsner has your recap.
This past Friday night, the Boone Toradors faced off against the ADM Tigers in the Kate Shelley Fieldhouse. Here are your highlights. In the first quarter, Boone was able to jump out to an early lead through their success from behind the arc. Later in the quarter, the Toradors passed the rock inside, where Gabe Craftston and Justin Aspengren flourished. To start the second quarter, Boone continued to control the game. On this play, Trevor Van Pelt got the board and finished off the glass for 2. The Toradors continued to clean the glass the rest of the quarter as they went into halftime leading by 9 points. In the third quarter, the Toradors kept their foot on the pedal. ADM had no answer for Boone's height advantage down low, resulting in many points in the paint for the Toradors. To finish out the quarter, Dresden Wilson logged some nice minutes. On this play, Wilson capitalized on the fast break as he finished over Ross. In the final quarter, ADM started to break through Boone's defense, but the Toradors were able to keep their double-digit lead intact. In the end, Boone took the W over the Tigers as they had 4 players in double digits for scoring. From Boone TV, I'm Justin Elsner.
Unless you lived under a rock your whole life, you probably heard of both Legos and Batman.
2 guys took to the theater to see their small superhero on the big screen as they pieced together this week's review of the Lego Batman movie.
Master Bruce, your greatest fear is...
Snakes?
No.
Clowns?
No. It's being a part of a family again.
No, now it's snake clowns because you put that idea in my head.
Sir, you need to take responsibility for your life, and it starts by raising the young orphan you adopted.
I thought I was being sarcastic.
Hello, secret camera.
What's up, Boone High? As always, we're 2 guys with our weekly review.
This week, we're taking a combination of 2 of the best things in the entire world, Legos and Batman.
Released last Friday, the Lego Batman movie has been topping the box office, but let's break down the goods and bads.
The Lego Batman movie finds Lego Bruce Wayne saving the day once again, only to return to his lonely lifestyle at home. As his butler Alfred tries to get Bruce to open up by adopting the orphan Dick Grayson, Batman struggles to deal with his hate of losing a family and his greatest battle yet. The Lego Batman movie was everything the first Lego movie was, crazy, colorful, and has lots of Batman.
However, it improves on the visuals, and all of the references to old Batman movies will definitely please longtime fans. There was one particular joke about The Dark Knight which made me laugh pretty loudly in the theater. Pros of the Lego Batman movie include, the action and fight scenes were great, making good use of the superhero's skills. The color and jokes made the movie very lighthearted, but full of fun and humor.
A few cons of the film are that some of the voice actors were off-putting. We know it's supposed to be silly, but in the end, it didn't sound good at all. Also, the pacing always goes either incredibly fast or incredibly slow. There's not many true in-between moments. Overall, we decided to give the Lego Batman movie a score of 8.5 Lego Batarangs out of 10.
And there you have it, BHS. This has been our review of the Lego Batman movie.
It's a very well put together film, most likely because it's made from everyone's favorite toys. With that, we'll see you next time.
And have a great day, Boone High.
Defeat the Joker.
Woo! We're going on a family trip. I can wear my costume too.
Well, luckily for us, you left your costume back in... Oh, no, under your clothes. That's perfect.
The girls of N60 are back this week with something a little different.
We decided to interview a pillar of the teaching community and let our viewers get to know him a little better.
Here is Anna and Sydney with N60.
I'm Anna.
I'm Sydney.
And this is
N60. This week, we will be interviewing one of Boone High's most prestigious teachers.
We met up with Mr. Brevard, the technology instructor at Boone High.
So, Mr. Brevard, what's your favorite exercise to do in the weight room?
Well, I really enjoy bicep curls. Should we do some?
Yeah, let's do
All
it.
right, let's go. It's a little light, but that's okay. All right, got some more questions?
Yeah, Anna, you've got one, right?
So, what is your favorite show on Netflix and why?
Well, I'm really digging The Colony. It's futuristic. This supposedly alien people come and take over LA.
So, Mr. Brevard, I would like to know how you comb your hair in the morning.
Well, there's really no need to. I just kind of start shaving it if it gets a little too long, so no need to comb.
How long is too long?
How long is too long? I don't know, about a quarter of an inch maybe.
Well, Mr. Brevard,
Yes.
if you could skip school for a day, what would you do?
Ooh, I would just sit home and do nothing.
So, Mr. Brevard,
Yes, it is.
what was your first pet and what was its name?
Well, it was a schizophrenic dog named Sparky. It was so bad that it ran away one day and we never go and look for it.
Nice! So, Mr. Brevard, do you think your eyebrows are socially acceptable?
Oh, for sure, they're on fleek.
Please explain.
Well, I check them out every day, tweak them a little bit if needed, you know.
They look good.
Well, thank you.
Brevard, if there was anything you were to change about yourself, what would it be?
I probably wouldn't have got that dumb dog.
I'm Anna.
I'm Sydney.
And I'm Mr. Brevard.
And this has been
N60.
Thanks for joining us for this week's news show. We'll be back next week with all the latest news, sports, and entertainment.
While we're gone, make sure to stay connected with Boone TV throughout the week. Go over to BooneTV.com and check out the latest. While there, make sure you like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
And now, make sure that you stay safe.
Stay cool.
And we'll see you next week, Boone High.
Question of the week. Question of the week.
Oh, Harambe. I miss you so much. I just wish I could bring you back. You left us way too soon. Please, come back. Who would you bring back from the dead?
Honest Abe.
I'd bring back George Michaels from Wham.
I would bring back Freddie Mercury.
Pascal, because I want to understand Pascal's triangle.
I would bring back 1996 Adam Sandler when he was still talented.
Mama says that alligators are ornery because they got all them teeth but no toothbrush.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Gone too soon.
Jesus.
John Wayne.
Muhammad Ali.
No one. They're all dead for a reason.
Bob Ross, for sure. We need more happy little trees.
Let's decide. Maybe there's a happy tree, evergreen tree. He lives right there. Start with just touching the canvas.
Prince.
It would be Prince.
Great Grandma Wahab.
I would bring back Trevor Van Pelt's basketball game.
I am the one, the way your son don't need to get respect up on the street. Question of the week. Question of the week.